Hello and welcome to our video, Simple Sites with Google. My name is Corinne Kelly and I'm an educational consultant at SOITA, which is one of the ed techs in the state of Ohio. If you have any questions about the new Google Sites following our program today, please feel free to email me at Corinne, C-A-R-Y-N, @soita.org. All right, the only website you're going to need today is sites.google.com/new. As of right now, Old Sites is still accessible at sites.google.com. So I'll show you what that looks like when you go there, just in case. But to get directly to new sites, you can either use your app launcher, the little grid on any of your Google pages, or you can go directly to the site. If you're planning on taking advantage of the opportunity to get a certificate for this video, please feel free to head to ohioedtechs.org and fill out the form. It's going to ask you for the title of the video that you watched, and it's going to ask you for this code. We made it really simple. You just go and put in SITE for the code, S-I-T-E, and it needs to be in all caps. Okay, we're going to go ahead and head over to Google Sites. I'm going to show you how to make bare, basics, easy website. So if you go to just sites.google.com and you can get there and you're like, darn it, I meant to go to the new sites, right? This is old sites. There is a link right to new sites there. So if you end up here, it's just one click to get to the right spot, okay? All of your sites that you're creating are actually housed in Google Drive as well. So if you were already in your Drive, you are also able to create a site right from there. You can go to New and go down to More and choose Google Sites. I've been creating sites for a long time, so for me, I always just go to the Sites webpage. But if you're already in your Drive, you don't have to go anywhere else. Just go up to New, More, and choose Google Sites. If you went to the Google Sites page, there's a plus sign in the lower right-hand corner. Click on that, and it's going to open up a brand new site. There we go. So you just made a site. It was easy, right? It wasn't too painful. Okay, so I'm looking at a couple things here. This is my home page. All right, this is my page title. And then you'll see enter site name. Here, actually, you can probably barely see it because it's in gray. Enter site name. That's what people will see as the name of your site. Untitled site. That's what you'll see when you're looking for this in your Google Drive. Okay, so just like docs, they'll usually match them. So if I get enter site name, I'm going to say Ed Tech 2020 demo. And when I hit enter there, it matched it up for me. Okay. All right. So your page title goes here, and then this is your banner. It's up to you what you want that to look like. I'm just going to type welcome. And then you've got your different styles. So this is, I'm going to type welcome correctly. There we go. This is title. If you want it a little smaller, you can do headings or subtitles. But for this, I think a title size is okay. And then you can change your image down here. You won't see that until you hover. Change image here, where you can upload your own image, or you can select from the available images here. If you choose your own image, just so you know, it has readability adjustments. So it will either make your image a little lighter and go with a dark font, or if you have a really dark image, the font will turn white. So it just wants to make sure that people that come can read whatever text you have up here, okay? There are additional header types. If I click on header, there's title only. If you want a really clean site with no pictures, title only. Then there's banner, large banner, and then cover. I really don't recommend a really large banner because you want people to be able to see something when they come to your site, okay? So if you're going to have like 3 buttons here, great, you can do a large banner, but typically I like to just do a banner, okay? All right, so let's talk about how to add some real basic stuff. We have our insert menu right here. So you can add text. So I'll just click text and say, welcome to the EdTech 2020 demo site. All right. You can add images, either upload or select. So select would be if you were using the Google image search, your Google Photos, your Google Drive. If you found something online you wanted to use by URL. Otherwise, you would just upload. Just put that in there. There we go. Okay. I will tell you that the biggest headache for me using this particular tool is resizing images, because if you don't, if you're not careful and you just drag the corner, do you see how things are getting cut off? So what you want to do, undo, is hold down Shift while you drag, and then you won't accidentally crop your image. Okay, so just hold down Shift. Now I've got two things. Every time you add something new, it puts it on a new line. If you want them together, just drag it up there. See how easy that was? That wasn't too bad, right? Just drag it up there. All right. You can also embed content. So if you've created something elsewhere and you want to add it, you can embed content. So I just made a Padlet a little bit ago. I'm going to go to Padlet. And I'm going to get the link. There's also embed here. You don't necessarily need the embed code for this because they've made it so easy to embed stuff. It used to be really daunting thinking about embedding content into a website because there was HTML involved and things wouldn't be sized right. So what you're going to do here is say embed. I grab the URL. You can embed either by URL or with the code. If you have an embed code, I'll just put it in there. I'm going to say put the whole page in. And now I have my Padlet embedded in there. Do you see how easy it is to start adding content? You just click what you want and put it in there. Okay. They do have different layouts you can choose. So if I was doing something where I wanted 3 pictures next to each other and some text under each one, they've already got that set up for you. And then they also have a bunch of different stuff that you can just add. I'm going to go up here to Pages. Let's add a new clean page and put some stuff on it, okay? So I'm going to click Pages and then add down here. There's a little plus sign. And I can say Resources. Now I want you to look. I don't have anything up here right now in my navigation because I have one page. As soon as I add this Resources page, now I have a navigation, okay? You can add pages like I just did, or you can add links. So if you go down the plus sign and hover, link will also appear. I can add that as well, where I could say, put my email. Okay, and I can say, email me. These are great if you need a way to communicate with parents. Websites are great. Or if your school's not using Google Classroom, but you still want a way to communicate with your kids digitally and get content to them, this can be a really nice option. Let me go to my resources page. I'm going to go back to Insert. They've got lots of different stuff. Okay, you can add an image carousel where it would go through different images. So if you had classroom pictures or something, and you were only sharing this website with parents, you could do that. You can add buttons. I love that. I'm a big fan of the buttons. So I can say, let's see, best books for elementary students. I'm just going to find a website. You would spend more time looking for this. You wouldn't just put random stuff in and say, great books for elementary it in there, and it's going to make a nice little button for me. It does not drop text down, so if your text is cut off, drag it out, okay? And you can do that again. Let's do best books for middle schoolers. See if Common Sense has one for me there too. Oh, this is from Scholastic. Do another button. Great middle school reads. And then let's do another one. Best books for high schoolers. So many good resources here. Fantastic high school titles. Just put the link in. And then if you want them all together, just drag them up. And it will center them. You can make them all the same size. And now you have these nice looking buttons, and all you had to do is say, hey, call it this, and here's the link, right? They have dividers, which is just a line. You see there's a little line there now. You can add a YouTube video. How to make a book trailer. Let's put that in there. Right? You can play with this a little bit. Size-wise. Same thing. Hold down the Shift key if you don't want things to be resized oddly. You can add a calendar if you have a class calendar. I can insert my class calendar here. So if you look, there's an assignment that's due Friday. You can play with that, and then you'll also be able to go into the gear and mess with that, how it looks, if you want month view, week view, etc. You can add a map that you've made if you've got a Google Doc that you want to utilize. Just put this Google Classroom doc in here. Make sure if you're putting in a Google Doc that you have shared that with the appropriate people. That's really important. And same thing with slides, forms, etc. Everything that you put in, calendars, docs, sheets, slides, drawings, have to be shared with the people you want to view. Me sharing the website with them is not going to do it, okay, because the document permissions override the website permissions. So you want to make sure that you drag this up here, have that taken care of. Okay? All right. Forms is the one you don't have to worry about because Forms doesn't have that sharing set up. So if you are putting a form in, put it right in there. That's all you have to do, and there's no permissions or anything. They can take the form right in your website. It's really beautiful. Makes it really easy. Okay? All right. And that's it. So add your... if you want to add just a link, you add text, and then link is an option. But I like, unless it's a text, a body of text with a link in it, I actually like using the buttons the most for links because they're really clean. Now you'll notice this blue, I never showed you where I selected the blue. That's up here in themes. So themes, they've got different themes that you can choose. See how that's changing everything? And then once you have your theme selected, you can choose what you want your color to be in your font style. I'm partial to the sans, but you only get 3 options. You can choose your own color too if you wanted some really lurid color. But they try to make it so you can make it really beautiful. You have undo and redo up here as well, and then you also have a preview so you can see what this is going to look like on a computer, on a phone. Okay. So when you're selecting your themes, it's totally up to you. They've tried to limit the themes. There used to be a ton of themes in old sites, and Some of them didn't look so great. So what they're trying to do, you might be like, man, I don't have a lot of options, but they're just trying to ensure that everything's going to look nice and play well together, and you don't have 10 different fonts in your site, you know, all of that. So whatever color you pick, that's the color your buttons will be. That's the color of your background. If you put background text, I'll show you what that looks like. Let me go in here. So if I went into Insert and chose Text Box, you see over here, there's these little guys. There's like a handle. There's 3 dots where I can move it. And say, check out these great books, right? And I wanted this to really stand out. You could make it bold. You could do a heading. But the other thing you can do is hover over here where there's a painter's palette and say, emphasize this. The yellow is a little much, right? The more you look at it, the more you'll know there's different levels of emphasis. You can even put an image behind there. Not mine. Hold on. Do image select. They get kind of wild. Okay, so you can kind of play with that a little bit as well. All right. So we've added text. We added some buttons. You can put images, all of your docs and everything. Always remember, anything you add from your drive, make sure that you go into your drive and you share it with whomever you're going to want to access the site, because your site will come up and it will say you don't have access, and you'll get a bunch of emails requesting access, okay? All right, so we looked at the preview. You've got some settings in here. That's where you can choose your navigation, if you want top or side navigation, if you want your navigation to be transparent or a color. See, right now it's transparent because I can see my picture through it. You can add a logo, which will go up here, okay? And then if you add a logo, it will look at the colors in your logo and ask you if you want to make your theme match your logo. So I could say select. Let's look at, oh, sorry, Google Drive. Ed Tech logo. Let's find that one. Let's show you what it does. It's going to pull it in. It's going to resize it for a logo, okay? And then down here, it's going to say use logo color for your theme. Watch what happens when I do that. It pulled that red from my logo into my theme color. And then you can also do a favicon. And favicons are the little tiny icons that show up on your tab there. Everybody likes this. I don't know if you see there's like a hamster there on this one, on the Padlet. So you can upload whatever image you want, and it will size that down as well. And then there's viewer tools in here, and analytics if you want to turn analytics on. We don't need all that. All you really need, not like in my theme now, change my theme back to something prettier. All you need to know is how to create your site, add text, links, docs, images, and you can make a really nice looking site that's really easy to share with your kids. So the final step in the process, actually 2. First, you want to go up and say share with others and see who can view it. So right now it's published. Anyone in my domain can view it. That's fine if it's for my kids and I want them to log in, and maybe I'm going to post this in my Google Classroom, this link, okay? If this is going to be something that parents are going to access, that's not going to work. So I'm going to have to go over here to change and say anyone can find and view the published version and say save, and get the link, okay? Say done. And then you'll have to publish. So everything gets saved as you work through your site. And saving everything you do. But it's not live. So it's not like I were in a doc with someone where you're seeing them make those changes. Someone's not going to be on my site seeing me adding this content. I'm going to work and work and work on my site, get it just the way I want. Then I'm going to go to publish. The first time you do it, it's going to ask you your address. If you don't want this to show up in public search engines, just check this box. And that kind of makes it like anyone with a link can view, because other people won't be able to find it. and publish. And then now I've got to drop down next to my publish. I can say view published site. And then this is my link I would share with people so they can access my site. Not too bad for just a little bit of time, right? Okay, we covered a lot. Hopefully you feel really confident with the basics. If you don't and you want to chat a little bit more about this later on, feel free to email me. My email again is Caryn, C-A-R-Y-N, @soita, SOITA.org. And I'd be more than happy to help you out and answer any of your Google Sites questions. Thanks so much for joining us, and I hope I get to see you again in our next video.